Hi, I think we're ready to get started. Can everyone hear me? Okay, good. My name is Julie Kennard, and my husband and I have been fully automated traders for 11 years. On this webinar, I'm going to share with you how to find and select winning automated trading systems quickly that can make you thousands of dollars instead of losing you money. So let me start with a promise. By the end of this webinar, I promise you will discover the key to making consistent profits with automated trading, and you will know how to avoid losing money. I know this is a bold promise, so let me explain why I can deliver. My husband, Mark, and I have been successful automated traders since 2001. Before 2001, we traded manually. Mark is an expert options trader who won a real money options trading contest for 3 consecutive years, twice in first place and once in second place. Until 2000, I ran a private family investment fund trading primarily tech stocks. Most of us know what tech stocks did from 1998 to 2000. They went to the moon and then crashed back down to Earth. We made a small fortune in the run-up, and then we watched most of it disappear. After seeing our wealth evaporate in the tech stock crash of 2000, we lost our taste for long-term investing. We were determined to find a way to trade without overnight risk and without exposure to insane markets. Before our tech stock investing days, Mark was a senior software engineer at IBM. With his technical proficiency, we decided to create a fully automated trading system that would trade during the day and hold no overnight positions. This was quite a feat in 2001, since brokers weren't handing out instructions on how to connect our computer with their servers back then. So Mark essentially had to reverse engineer the connection between the broker server and their client software on our computer. It took many months, but finally we started beta testing our system. In fact, we were beta testing on 9/11. Fortunately, we only lost a couple $100 that day. Here's what the main screen of our proprietary automated trading software looks like. I'll tell you a story I think is funny. One day, Mark was on the phone with someone at our broker's office, and the guy said, "Wow, you sure type fast." He thought Mark was typing in manual orders, which was completely impossible since our computer was sending around 1,000 orders a minute. We went into production trading in October 2001 with $61,000. Over the following 8 years, we turned that $61,000 into $5 million. Here's a graph showing our profits over the years compared to the S&P 500. In 2011, Advanced Trading Magazine published an interview with me in their Gold Book. And in 2011 and 2012, we were asked to speak at a number of conferences for institutional traders. Our most recent presentation was at TradeTech West in San Francisco, where we spoke on the basics of trading system optimization. Here we are answering questions at the end of our talk. However, this is what you probably would like to know. You've seen that we have made millions of dollars with our own automated trading. But after all, we were trading for years before we built an automated trading system, and Mark is a high-level software developer who had the expertise to engineer a sophisticated automated trading platform himself. Is it possible, though, for you to make money from automated trading, even if you're new to trading? Even if you know absolutely nothing about programming a computer? The answer is yes. Technology has progressed far beyond where it was when we began building our first automated trading system. Now, there are thousands of commercially available automated trading systems for you to investigate. It's true that finding one that makes hundreds or thousands of dollars a month while protecting your capital from undue risk is like a treasure hunt. But don't worry, my job is to teach you to be a good treasure hunter. During our years of automated trading, we've traded from some really fun places. Here we are trading from a hot air balloon. Mark is starting the software because it's just before 9:30 New York time. I really don't like this picture. I look like I'm half asleep, which I am, since it's about 6:30 a.m. where we are, as we hover over the vineyards of Sonoma County. In the picture to the right, we're trading from a restaurant in Belgium. You can see our automated trading software up on Mark's screen. Would you like to have your computer or your broker's computer make money for you while you fly around in a hot air balloon or have dinner in Europe? Okay, I'm seeing lots of yeses here, so I guess you think that would be fun. Another perk of automated trading is that you get to work with really nice people. Here is Mark with one of our favorite trading partners, Coco. And here's our other favorite trading partner, Cello. I have to say, though, Cello has been trying and trying to learn how to run our automated trading software without much luck. So, when I say anyone can be successful with automated trading, I have to admit there are a few exceptions. Now, I'd like to get an idea of your backgrounds. Who has ever done automated trading? Please type yes or no into the answer box. Okay, I see that a few of you have done your own automated trading, but most of you have not. So, now let me ask you whether you're a discretionary trader. Again, please type yes or no into the answer box. And I see that we do have a number of discretionary traders. For those of you who have never traded, I'll try to use simple language and define any trading terminology I use. There are lots of people who make tens of thousands of dollars per month using automated trading systems in the stock market, the futures market, and the foreign exchange or forex market. However, somewhere between 70% and 90% of all traders lose money. And you would probably be amazed at the number of traders whose lack of knowledge results in their losing their entire account. My goal is to keep you from falling into the 70% to 95% of traders who lose money, and to put you in the more exclusive group of traders who make money consistently year after year. We've all heard that knowledge is power. Knowledge is also money. With adequate knowledge, you could be one of the traders making thousands of dollars per month. But without adequate knowledge, you shouldn't risk any money trading because you're likely to end up like the 70% to 95% who lose. But what is the knowledge you must have to be successful? The secret to protecting yourself from loss and to making a lot of money with auto trading systems is to know how to properly evaluate any trading system you look at without getting snowed by the hype. I can't stress this enough because this really is the key. Critical evaluation is the key to success with automated trading in any market. It's not at all difficult to critically evaluate a trading system if you know the basics and if you have a recipe to use. We've created recipes that anyone can use who can do arithmetic. If you use our recipes, you won't be the adverse effect of preposterous claims, unethical vendors, and ignorant trading system developers. Let me emphasize that again. With our recipes, you could be making hundreds or thousands of dollars a month within 7 days. I want to tell you a horror story about a friend of my husband's and mine, because this story illustrates why critical evaluation is, well, critical to protecting your money, which should be your first aim. A few years ago, after Mark and I had already made several millions with our own proprietary automated trading system, Mark accompanied some friends, Jim and Nancy, to an investing conference. In addition to all the presentations, the conference featured an assortment of shiny objects, trading systems for sale that made wild claims of easy mega profits. One member of the couple, Jim, is a dentist, and quite a brilliant one at that. In other words, he's no dummy. Jim had sold 2 exceedingly successful dental practices and was experimenting with his own trading. He became interested in one of these mega-profit, shiny object auto trading systems being hawked at the show. Before Mark could dissuade him, Jim had spent $10,000, yes, that's $10,000, on this can't-lose trading system. How could it not make a killing? After all, look at the astronomical historical rates of return the vendor was quoting. Jim brought the system home with great anticipation and installed it, excited to start churning out easy profits. Now, I'll skip the gory details and merely report that Jim was never able to make a dime with that shiny new system and was out $10,000 when all was said and done. It could have been a lot worse. He could have traded that system until he lost most or all of his account, like many traders do. You probably understand now, if you didn't already, why scientific evaluation is critically important if you want to make money instead of lose money. Again, that's my role, teaching you how to critically evaluate any trading system and avoid Jim's fate, or worse. You see, Jim is a great dentist, but he's not a good trading system treasure hunter. Would you like to be a good trading system treasure hunter? Stay tuned. How many of you have searched for and looked at commercially available auto trading systems, robots, or expert advisors? Okay, I'm seeing that a number of you have, and a lot of you haven't. Just to clarify, for any of you who don't already know this, an automated trading system, or auto trading system, and a trading robot, and an expert advisor are all the same thing. A few years ago, developers of auto trading systems started selling them to the public. This became possible as commercial trading platforms that could run these systems became widely available and affordable. In a more recent development, stockbrokers, futures brokers, and forex brokers made auto trading even easier by allowing retail traders to simply tell the broker what commercially available trading system they wanted to use. Then they automated the trading for their customers. What, though, are the advantages of automated trading? I'm glad you asked. As you might imagine, my husband and I are quite enthusiastic about the many advantages of auto trading. In the first place, an automated trading system is, by definition, methodical and subject to extensive testing. So, if used properly, automated trading is a more disciplined and scientific way to trade than discretionary trading. An automated trading system really does lend itself to critical evaluation before you risk your money trading. Here's the second advantage of auto trading. It usually takes thousands of hours to learn how to trade well. Automated trading systems leverage the experience of expert traders who have already done all that work and who have captured their trading methodology in computer code. With automated trading, not only do you not have to spend thousands of hours learning to trade, but you can even avoid spending time watching the market and doing the actual trading. Who thinks it would be fun to have a computer trade for you and make money while you're away at work? Would it be nice to come home and find a few $100s more in your account than when you left that morning? Okay, that's what I thought. I'm seeing lots of yeses. Well, that's what learning how to treasure hunt for good trading systems can do for you. But there are still more advantages of automated trading. Here's an important one. Traders usually lose when overly influenced by their emotions, typically fear and greed. But software is always unemotional and methodical. It never second-guesses itself. Software has never decided to abandon the discipline of its tested system. If you've ever traded yourself, you know that fear can easily cause you to dump your losing position at the worst possible moment, just before the market turns around and would have handed you a nice profit. Here's another advantage. Automated trading systems can respond almost instantaneously to the market, while a human trader is much slower. Speed translates into profits, especially in the fast-paced financial markets of 2013. Beyond all that, with an automated trading system, you can trade as many different instruments as you want simultaneously. A manual trader, on the other hand, can only monitor a handful of symbols at best. So, if you find and buy your own automated trading system, then, once you've validated it, you can run it on many different stocks, commodities, or Forex currency pairs, thereby vastly increasing the profit potential. So, should we jump in and learn something about choosing a winning trading system? Good. Then here we go. There are 3 different ways to enter the world of automated trading. First, you can buy an automated trading system and run it on your own computer. Second, you can subscribe to a trading signal service that will send orders directly to your broker's account. Or third, you can develop your own automated trading system using a trading system development platform. There are advantages and disadvantages to each of these approaches, and everything I'll tell you about evaluating trading systems applies to all of them. But the most convenient and least time-consuming way to do automated trading if you're a novice is to subscribe to a trading signal service. Furthermore, there's a way to investigate trading signal services that greatly facilitates the ability to critically evaluate trading systems. And, as you already know, critical evaluation of trading systems is my theme. First of all, do you know what a trading signal is? Please enter yes or no in the box. Okay, I see that some people know that term and others don't, so let's define it. A trading signal is an instruction to buy or sell right now. When a trading signal service generates a signal, it's sent to all accounts that subscribe to that trading system, prompting a trade to be made for each of those accounts. There are online trading signal marketplaces that aggregate information on many trading systems, any of which you can subscribe to, and that provide performance data on each system. Most of these marketplaces have auto trading arrangements with brokers so that subscribers to any of these systems can have the system's trades automatically made in their accounts. Nifty, huh? Do you see how convenient this is? There is no software to install or configure, and it isn't necessary to monitor the system unless you want to. Once you choose the trading system, you don't have to spend any additional time on your trading unless you want to. Critical evaluation, of course, is the most important part of the picture and the key to winning instead of losing. You still have to do that with the data you get from the trading signal marketplaces. However, these sites make evaluation much easier. Here's why. The marketplaces compile performance data for you to evaluate. Furthermore, they act as objective third parties, so you can have confidence in the performance data you're given. The ability to validate performance data is one of the keys to critical evaluation, and the signal marketplaces simplify this process enormously. I'll tell you what. Let's go to one of these marketplaces now, and I'll show you what they're like. So let's see here. Okay, so I am now at a site called Collective2. They're one of the oldest and largest signal provider marketplaces with systems for the stock, futures, forex, and options markets. Collective2 provides access to thousands of systems. All right, so let's click here on Find a System, and then on the grid right here. But instead of waiting for that to load, I actually already have the grid up. So this is the table of systems that the Collective2 has. This is actually some of the systems, the top ones. Now, let's click on the top system shown here called Make Hay While the Sun Shines. I'm not sure what kind of hay they're making, but let's check it out. And I have that one up here for you to see as well. So we see here that this page includes all kinds of statistics and data about this trading system. At the top is a table of monthly performance results right here. And under that table is a graph right here. This is a profit graph. And as you can see, this is an awfully nice looking graph. Now, let's scroll down here to statistics. And you'll notice under statistics that Collective2 has been tracking the system for 15 months. It's right here, 15 months. And during that time, it's had an annualized rate of return of 94.7%. Okay, that's very nice. There's a great deal more to evaluating a trading system than this, so we can't say yet whether or not the system is worth investing in. But this at least gives you a feel for the power of trading signal marketplaces. To critically evaluate the system we just took a peek at, you have to be able to assess the probability that it will continue doing well in the future. That's where I come in. The riskiest, hardest way to get into automated trading is by purchasing auto trading software, especially Forex robots or expert advisors, and running it yourself. However, buying and running automated trading software on your own computer does give you more flexibility than subscribing to a trading signal service. So, if you have the time and inclination, running auto trading software yourself can give you exquisite control over your trading. We will show you how to critically evaluate a Forex robot or expert advisor if you want to use one so you can trade safely. Okay. Now I want to tell you about one of the 4 major issues you have to be aware of to safely use automated trading software, including Forex robots or expert advisors. Automated trading software has settings. If you're going to install and use one of these systems, you have to check every setting carefully before you trade. Here's an anecdote to explain why this is so important. One trader we know of purchased a new, highly rated Forex expert advisor and checked every setting, or so he thought, carefully. The next day, he left the expert advisor to trade while he went to work. When he got home, he found that half of his account had evaporated. Here's what happened. When he set up his system, he missed checking one of the settings, the one that told the system how much profit to take before closing a trade. The expert advisor was configured to close each trade with a tiny profit. Those tiny profits weren't big enough to cover the costs of each trade, so the expert advisor slowly whittled away the account until the trader got home and pulled the plug. The moral is that if you buy and install your own automated trading software, it's imperative that you check every single setting and don't allow your software to trade with real money unattended until you know that every setting is correct. You will see outrageous rates of return claimed for some of the systems you encounter. After you learn our methods, you'll approach these claims with laser focus and disintegrate the ones that are essentially fictions. The most important part of evaluating a trading system is analyzing the performance statistics you'll be given about each system. You will find 3 different kinds of performance results. They are those based on real trading, those based on hypothetical forward testing, and those based on simulation or backtesting. Hypothetical forward testing is done like this. The trading system issues a buy or sell signal. That trading decision is recorded, and then the results of that decision are tracked going forward in time with assumed trades done at market prices rather than with real trades. This produces more reliable results than the results produced by backtesting. But there are still ways to make bad systems look fictitiously good with hypothetical forward testing. We'll get into that in a minute. But first, let's talk about performance results from real, live trading. These are the most reliable results you can get. However, even these can be rigged. Do you know how an unethical trading system developer can trick you into believing he's giving you rock-solid, live trading performance results for a system that can make you a fortune, when his results are actually rigged? Would you like me to tell you? Okay, I'm seeing lots of yeses, so here's how. Unethical system developers will run a system in many different ways, with many different settings in many different live trading accounts. Then they will report performance statistics only on the best single account. Let's say only 1 account out of 10 makes money, and the other 9 accounts lose money. The 9 losing accounts are ignored, and only the winning account's results are reported. You will now hear all about how this system makes a whopping 20% per month, proven with statements from a real account, and how you're about to get rich by trading this can't-fail system. The problem is that it's a complete crapshoot. There's probably a 10% chance that your account with this software and those settings will make money, and a 90% chance that it will lose money. Just knowing that one trick of shysters can save you from big losses. Okay, let's talk about hypothetical forward testing. There are 3 fundamental ways in which results from hypothetical forward testing that advertise high rates of return can be a complete fiction. Let me explain. Trading in any financial market entails 3 kinds of basic transaction costs. If you're given performance results that don't take all 3 of these into account, then the results can be anything from overstated to a work of fiction. We're going to talk here about the most obvious of these 3 costs, commissions. If your trading account doesn't account for commissions, then of course the performance results, without commissions subtracted from the gross profit, will be inflated. And sometimes the commission costs per trade are larger than the gross profit per trade. In that case, if commissions aren't accounted for, or if the commissions used in calculating net profits are smaller than the ones you'll have to pay, then a system that advertises a good profit may actually lose money. So, you need to make sure that the commissions used in calculating the net profit and the rate of return are similar to what you will have to pay in your real trading account. The most difficult performance results to evaluate are those based on simulations or backtesting. Simulated performance results can be inflated in all the ways hypothetical forward-tested results can be inflated. But there are an additional 2 ways back-tested results can be made to look great when the trading system is really a big loser. We're going to discuss one of them. Evaluating the results of simulations or backtests is actually a big subject. But we'll give you a taste of what it's about. The key is that in developing a trading system, which includes determining the best settings to use in real trading, the system developer invalidates his results if he keeps testing over and over with the same data, tweaking the system as he goes. After the last tweak is made, the developer has to test the trading system on completely new data that the trading system has never seen before. Otherwise, the performance results generated by the system will mean little to nothing. If you don't know about these issues, a developer can snow you very easily. You won't have a clue whether the performance data he or she is giving you is fact or fiction. It's not hard to evaluate performance results if you know what to look for. But if you don't know, you are likely to be, well, snowed. Or you may just decide to avoid all automated trading systems and never find the ones that can make you a lot of money in order to make sure you're not being snowed. That would be unfortunate because you would miss out on finding the trading systems that can make you a handsome profit. Now, I'm curious. Please tell me if you've ever made money or lost money with a Forex trading robot or expert advisor, or with any auto trading system for that matter. Okay, it looks like there aren't a whole lot of people here who have made money with Forex auto trading systems or other auto trading systems. I am seeing some people who have lost money. So let me tell you something else you absolutely must know about if you ever consider buying a Forex robot or expert advisor. The trading system platform, MetaTrader 4, that most of these systems run on cannot accurately test systems that target small profits without a whole lot of extra work. And all of that extra work is very rarely done. I will tell you what you have to do if you want to do this kind of testing yourself. But in the meantime, avoid any Forex robot that runs what's called a scalping system. Scalping is a style of trading that uses very short trade durations and that goes after very small profits. The majority of Forex scalping systems commercially available have not been properly tested. In fact, they are often tested by developers who are either unscrupulous or lacking in knowledge. This kind of rinky-dink testing, whether by ignorance or design, generates performance results that show big profits. The problem is that these profits are a fictitious product of erroneous testing. So, unless you learn how to do this testing yourself, which we'll describe for you, and in fact do it yourself, avoid scalping systems. Besides scalping systems, there's another category of trading system that's quite popular in the Forex marketplace, but that's much more likely to wipe your entire account out than to make you money in the long run. These are called martingale systems or grid trading systems. Martingale systems double up on trades that go against you until they finally win. If you keep doubling up until the market reverses course, then you will make money. But that's a really big if. Eventually, most martingale systems will lose, and lose big. So, make sure you know whether a system you're looking at is of this type, and if it is, keep hold of your wallet. There are 4 additional points you need to be aware of to know whether or not you can trust the performance results of the system you're considering. These are easy to assess if you know to look for them, but can easily snag you and empty your bank account if you don't know what they are. All of these points concern the manner in which the trading system was tested. The whole idea of critical evaluation is to be able to judge whether or not the performance results you're being given are statistically significant. If they're not statistically significant, then they can be worse than worthless. They can be downright dangerous. We're going to cover one of these 4 issues now. It's a matter of numbers. How many trades were included in the sample the developer used to produce the performance results? The more trades, the better. If you have 1,000 trades in your sample, and if the testing was done correctly in all other regards, then there is a very trivial possibility that the results are due to random chance. However, if your sample includes only 10 trades, then the results could very easily be due to random chance. 30 trades is the minimum number statisticians generally consider you need to have statistically significant results. So, you'll want to make sure the performance results you're examining are based on at least 30 trades. Again, the more the better, but 30 is the minimum. Now I want to talk to you about how to measure risk when you're evaluating a trading system. It's really easy to be almost hypnotized by reports of big profits that scream, 94% of the trades made by the can't-lose system are profitable. The mega profit system makes 20% per month and never loses. Even when you're not looking at hype, but at performance statistics, you don't want to focus on profits and rates of return only. It's very important to also focus on risk. Emblazon this on your forehead before you purchase a trading system, and certainly before you start trading. Your assessment of risk tells you how likely the system is to make the same kinds of profits in the future that it made in the tested period. You need to assess how much risk you have to take to make profits of that magnitude. Otherwise, you really have no idea if you're more likely to make money or lose money. Okay, so who knows what drawdown means? Please type yes or no in the answer box. Okay, let's see here. We have a mixture of yeses and nos, so let's define drawdown. A drawdown is simply a decline in the value of your account. It's measured from a high point of account value to a subsequent low point of account value. All trading systems have drawdowns. Only an omniscient being could design a trading system that never has a drawdown. So the real question is this: how big are the drawdowns that you have to suffer through in order to make a certain amount of profit? The size of the maximum drawdown suffered by your system during the period tested is the most basic measure of risk. Again, this is very important. Never focus only on profit. Always determine the maximum drawdown suffered in order to earn that profit. There are two simple recipes for evaluating any trading system. These will make it easy for you to assess whether a system is likely to make you money or lose you money. They're synergistic, and so are best used in combination. Now, professional money managers get really complex about how to evaluate trading systems. They develop and use complicated formulas with fancy statistics and higher mathematics. But since you're probably not a statistician or a mathematician, or even a professional money manager, I will give you easy ways to quantify the value and riskiness of a trading system. These simple approaches use only basic arithmetic and are easy for anyone to apply, but fortunately, they're all you really need. We're going to show you the simplest of these approaches here. The formula is this straightforward. Risk to reward ratio, or RRR, equals net profit divided by maximum drawdown. This formula evaluates the risk of the system represented by the maximum drawdown in relation to the system's net profit. A good system should have a reward to risk ratio of at least 3. Let's go through an example. Let's say you have performance data for a 6-month period for trading system 1. During that period, the net profit was $5,000, and the maximum drawdown was $10,000. So we have $5,000, the net profit, divided by $10,000, the max drawdown, equals 0.5, the RRR. At 0.5, this system is much too risky to trade safely, since the reward to risk ratio should be at least 3. Now let's say we have 6 months of performance data for another system, trading system 2. The net profit during the 6-month period was $10,000, and the max drawdown was $2,500. This time we get $10,000, the net profit, divided by $2,500, the max drawdown, equals 4, the reward to risk ratio. This system has a good RRR of 4, so it's definitely worth looking into. If all the other aspects of trading system evaluation check out well, then this system might be worth trading. There's a more sophisticated metric called the risk-adjusted return, the RAR, that should be used together with the reward-to-risk ratio, as mentioned above. The formula for risk-adjusted return also uses only simple arithmetic, but it requires some additional technical explanations that are a little too involved to get into in this webinar. So, has this information been helpful to you so far? Are you getting the idea of how you can become a good trading system treasure hunter? Okay, I'm getting a lot of guesses, which I'm really happy about. Would you like to have the exact recipes we use ourselves to evaluate trading systems? Please type into the chat box to let me know. We use these recipes to determine whether or not we should trade any particular system with real money. Again, I can't stress strongly enough that the thousands of dollars per month to be made through automated trading is only made by those who can critically evaluate a system. Profits are only made by those who can tell the difference between a risky system that's likely to lose money, and potentially a lot of money, and a great low-risk system that's likely to make a lot of money. Well, good. I'm seeing lots of yeses. So let me show you what I put together for you. I've created a trading system evaluation program that will guide you through the process of analyzing any trading system and finding those systems that will make you money without taking too much risk. In this auto trading treasure hunt system, I'm going to reveal why it's crucial to analyze a trading system before you buy it or trade with it, or risk having your account wiped out. 21 ways to think and act like the world's top traders, even if you've never traded successfully before. Where to look for automated trading systems, with 7 links to safe marketplaces. The 4 things you must know to safely use automated trading software, including Forex robots and expert advisors. I'm going to show you the 2 major advantages of using a trading signal provider instead of buying auto trading software. The 3 kinds of performance results, which is the most reliable, which is the least reliable, and how to critically evaluate all 3 kinds to keep your money safe. How to quickly determine if the performance results advertised for a trading system are due to random chance, testing errors, or the real validity of the trading model. The results will surprise you. You'll also learn what you must know to make sure live trading results are worth the font they're printed in. If you don't know this, you can get suckered into a losing system that's made to look like a big winner. The 3 ways forward testing that shows high rates of return can be a complete fiction. 2 ways back-tested results can be made to look great when the trading system is really a big loser. And by the end of the program, you will know how Forex systems can be erroneously back-tested to make them look highly profitable when they're really losers. 4 points you must assess to know if you can trust the performance results of the system you're looking at. It's vital to know these before you put any money at risk. The measure of risk you have to know when evaluating a trading system. 2 simple recipes that make it easy to evaluate any trading system. I'm sure you're wondering how much the system is going to cost you. I'll get to that in a minute, but first I want to tell you about the bonuses I'm including. The first bonus is probably the most important part of the package. I'm including a complete A to Z workbook you can use to evaluate any trading system you consider, This workbook is a critically important tool that will keep you from making costly and potentially catastrophic mistakes. It will help you find systems that will make you a lot of money by guiding you step by step through the process of evaluating any trading system to determine the system's true risk level and profit potential. Unless you're already a successful trader, I would highly recommend that you don't even consider purchasing a trading system or putting any of your own capital at risk without following the procedure this workbook will guide you through. It's called the Auto Trading Treasure Hunt Workbook. And, by the way, even if you're already a successful trader, this workbook will teach you new tricks to protect your trading capital and increase your profits. In addition to the Auto Trading Treasure Hunt Workbook, you'll also get another very valuable bonus. I've been told I'm crazy to offer this one because it will involve a lot of my time, and I may never offer it again. You will get access to a private consultation webinar in which I'll answer any questions you have about finding and evaluating auto trading systems. Here's how it works. I want you to go through the whole guide and then find some trading systems and run through the workbook with them. While you're doing this, I want you to keep track of any questions you have and email them to me. Then we'll get together again in approximately 4 weeks and I'll answer all of your questions. If you think you might need personal help making auto trading work for you, this is your chance. Imagine, again, that you leave for work in the morning and return at the end of the day to find you've made $500 in your trading account that day. Not only that, but you made that money because of your own skill in selecting good trading systems and rejecting risky ones. Would you pay $497 or more to learn how to do that? Well, I'm not charging $497. I'm not even charging $297. I'm offering the complete system with both bonuses for only $197 today. I think you'll be extremely happy with the system, but if not, it does come with a full 30-day money-back guarantee. To recap what you get, I'm going to show you why it's crucial to analyze a trading system before you buy it or risk having your account wiped out. 21 ways to think and act like the world's top traders, even if you've never traded successfully before. 7 links to safe auto trading marketplaces. The 4 things you must know to safely use automated trading software. To get started, just go to myautomatedtrading.com. You're going to find out the 2 major advantages of using a trading signal provider, the 3 kinds of performance results and how to critically evaluate them to keep your money safe, how to quickly determine whether the performance results advertised for a trading system are due to random chance, testing errors, or the real validity of the trading model. You're also going to learn what you must know to make sure live trading results are worth the font they're printed in, the 3 ways forward testing that shows high rates of return can be a complete fiction, and 2 ways back-tested results can be made to look great when the trading system is really a big loser. Again, here's where to go to get started right now. myautomatedtrading.com. You'll also discover how Forex systems can be erroneously tested to make them look highly profitable when they're really losers. How to know if you can trust the performance results of the system you're looking at. It's vital to know this before you put any money at risk. The most important measure of risk that you have to know when evaluating a trading system, and 2 simple recipes that make it easy to evaluate any trading system. And you'll also get 2 valuable bonuses. The first is a complete A to Z auto trading treasure hunt workbook that you can use to evaluate any and every trading system you consider to determine which will make you money and which are likely to lose you money. And a private consultation webinar in which I will answer any questions you have about finding and evaluating auto trading systems. Again, we'll get together in around 4 weeks. After you've gotten familiar with the system and gone through the workbook, then put together your questions and email them to me. If you think you might need personal help making auto trading work for you, this is a great opportunity. Here's a link where you can go to get started right now, myautomatedtrading.com. Okay, I'm going to open it up to Q&A. Just type your question into the chat box.